Let's talk about Andy on Blast, the next meme coin that's going to follow the path of Brett and Peppa, original character from original artist of Peppa memeverse, yellow character on yellow chain. 5 days ago I made a video on me turning $36,000 into 1 million, and at this stage I already have $400,000 from 36,000 invested initially. You can say that, yeah, you can only swap the 250k and things like that. That's because with my liquidity I will be dumping the price hard if I would be doing the whole swap at this stage. But the larger the token usually grows, the more liquidity is usually added as well. Recent case with Brett, right? And I was not even taking my initials out at this stage. As mentioned, I took my initials out of Bobo after 17 X's. And on this thing, I'm just waiting because catalysts are there, thesis is there. I didn't hear anyone to prove me wrong on the thesis. We will have Blast airdrop. Blast should be a very, very great place for Ponzi's of this cycle as well. Therefore, some profits, a lot of profits should be going into the Blast. And I'm betting on winning horses. The team, the guy is just genius. We don't have second time successful crypto founders on the marketplace. They build the first thing, they make money, they leave. That's what most of them are actually doing. Or in some cases, they go to jail, right? The guy is second time successful crypto founder. So crazy. And discussions that are happening on Andy behind the curtains, man, they're so crazy as well. I actually wanted to make a comparison with Brett because something quite funny recently happened. So Brett initially had very bad correlation between liquidity and market cap, because I think that with $1 million liquidity, the market cap was already at like $200 million, which is kind of a bit like Solana-ish, right? Like Solana memes. And what happened recently is that $3 million was actually added into liquidity. Anyone can do it. If you're just player on the marketplace, you can just go into liquidity pool on the DEX and add $3 million into this whole thing. And it's very interesting because it seems like these influencers pump where they specifically created the token initially to make sure that the correlation of the liquidity market cap would be so crazy. So the numbers, they would go up like crazy so they can use it in the marketing, right? And at the same time, it's very hard for anyone to take profits because they had huge multipliers for their money, but at the same time, if they would be taking profits because there is not enough liquidity, they would just dump in the whole chart like heavily, I would say. And recently these $3 million were added, which definitely shows that they probably have a longer view on the whole thing as well, because probably they have insider chats, groups on Telegram where they're discussing the whole thing. And I doubt that guys added $3 million of liquidity for other guys to basically dump on them. I don't think that anyone can actually dump on them, speaking of the initial holders of Brett, because probably that person is not going to end up well, right? And the comparison that I wanted to do is that liquidity on Brett is currently at $7.7 million and on Andy is $1.4 million. At the same time, we do understand that $3 million of liquidity were added recently, so real liquidity is 4.7, and it's pretty much only 3 times larger than Andy at this stage. Yet the market cap difference is quite large because this $3 million liquidity added, it did not influence the market cap, right? Therefore, Brett is at 700 million market cap with $4.5 million of liquidity, and Andy at 1.4 million liquidity is at $36 million. Therefore, if Brett would have 1.4 million liquidity at this stage, he would be at around 200-250 million market cap, which definitely helps to push the token higher. But if you're entering with size, as I usually do, for example, you pretty much don't have any options to take any profits. But it's definitely good for marketing. And I'm not saying any bad things on Brett here, because obviously they are all of the same meme family, right? And the success of Brett will definitely lead to the success of Andy on Blast. I just want to explain things as they are on this channel. And I'm still waiting on Brett. I'm still waiting on the things that would be happening with this added $3 million, with influencers eventually taking profits on the whole thing. I just see Andy as something more blue chip. less insider focused, I would say. Something like this, right? It's very, very interesting that we pretty much had the dip from the highs. We had the sellout this morning, 40% sellout. Very interesting, right? And what's more interesting is that after the sellout, it was quickly bought up. It was quickly bought up, pretty much almost back at the same levels, which means that probably some people know something. Probably some discussions are actually happening behind the curtains, right? Probably some people have plans, because the narrative is definitely there, even the short-term one, because things on base, they don't have the short-term narrative. They don't have airdrop happening in May, but Blast has, and Blast will have airdrop with a defined date happening in May. We might be expecting a sell-off, unfortunately, around the time of the airdrop, but I do also think that long-term thesis is also there, as explained in my video that only got 3.6 thousand views, where I am explaining the whole thesis behind Andy and longevity of the whole thing. We do also start to see Andy appearing on Ethereum, on Base, Andy on Solana, that was just crushed by Andy on Blast, right? I think they all will die out. I think they're just quick cash grab scams that will go anywhere pretty much, because narrative is there. Yellow chain, yellow character, and the main thing is that you need to understand what type of catalysts. You pretty much need to form thesis before you invest into something. And with my Blast investment, I clearly formed the thesis in the first place, and that's why it actually got picked up by the market, because my audience on this channel, guys, I appreciate you, but I don't think that we had the option to just push this whole thing just ourselves, right? There were different communities in play. People are still pretty much poor from the fact that not a lot of coins are pumping. Only coins that I'm talking about are pumping, except Arbitrum, obviously, right? And the most simple thesis is the fact that it's yellow character on yellow chain, and the fact that we will have a catalyst on Blast. We will have a bunch of house money. And we do know the success of Bonk. The success of Bonk happened because Solana ecosystem had two large airdrops, which provided people with a bunch of free money, house money, that they were gambling with. The same thing should be happening on Blast. It's so interesting how this thing can be played out. It can be played out very, very well. If it will be played out nicely, we might be seeing Andy at $1 billion market cap, somewhere close to the end of May, if this whole situation will be played out nicely. Because airdrop on Blur, which is the previous project of the founder of Blast, was $100 million. And we do expect for the current airdrop to be larger, because Blur is an NFT marketplace, and here we have Ethereum layer 2, and this is something that they've shared, this is something that they've mentioned in some news articles that I was checking out myself. And that's why I'm saying that all other Andys are essentially scams and they will die out, because they don't have this catalyst, they don't have focus. And on Solana, you have Solana shitcoins appearing on a daily basis. It's too much distraction. It will not be able to get all this inflow of liquidity, right? And on Ethereum, right now it needs to be pushed on chain. A lot of people don't like the commissions and things like that. And it's not a yellow character on yellow chain. And you also have a bunch of meme coins on Ethereum, like Bobo, which is doing very, very well. Like Sneebu, that I gave you Sneebu at less than 100k market cap. In my first video on this channel, I'm talking about Sneebu as well. It was at $10 million market cap. Yes, it's like what, 1000x if you were buying at the absolute low, 200x's. You only get in this on this channel, because other guys, they tell you to buy AI altcoins, gaming, things like that, things that I'm not doing even at 2x, or 3x at this stage. Waiting for the alt season, right? And on Base, we do have a bunch of things on Base as well. Like Brett is on Base, that's why Andy is on Base, right? Base is not going to get this short-term liquidity inflow. And even if it would get, Andy on Base is not going to get this liquidity as well. Brett might be getting it. Toshi might be getting it. DGen, or what are these new memes that all the new guys like, right? On Blast, we have a clear catalyst that might be played out very, very well. And I know that the team is planning to play out this catalyst very, very well. The same way that Bonk and Godbit played out airdrops on Solana very, very well. Because market at the time, it was not pumping much as well. It was just Solana surging, these airdrops, and it's very, very interesting that we might actually see similar situation at this stage. And we do have very, very interesting catalysts for the Peppaverse as well. All the tokens around Peppa Meta that I think would essentially be winning this cycle. It's too great of a metaverse, of Peppaverse. We have Bobo, Mumu, Sneebo, Dodo. We face them each and every day. They are literally market animals. Things are going on the correction. You're not feeling great. You're getting liquidated. That's Bobo at play. Things are surging up. Everything is going up. That's Mumu pushing the whole thing. Things are going sideways as currently. That's crap owning the market. That's Sneebo. Black Swan event. When the whole things are just crashing down or maybe surging up. That's your Dodo. These are the forces of the market. They will be relevant. They are relevant for millions, hundreds of millions of people on a daily basis. We face them each and every day. They are just too great. And at the same time, we have all the original characters from the original artist of Peppa. We have Brad, we have Wolf, we have Andy, blue character on blue chain, red character on red chain, yellow character on yellow chain. It makes so much sense. It makes such a perfect narrative on piggybacking 40 billion market cap meme, 60 billion market cap meme, 100 billion market cap meme. Peppa will be leaping. Peppa will be surging up like crazy. Nothing else from the memes of other chains are actually doing well currently. Peppaverse mostly is taking all of the attention, and I think we see it at the start of the second quarter. I think we should be seeing very, very interesting second quarter for all these memes as well. Here is a tweet from Max, who is charting meme coins that I wanted to share. I'm slowly giving you the playbook for quarter 2 meme coins. You should put me on notifications for the next week. Just remember, Peppa is at the center of this play. It's very, very interesting. From day one of this channel, I give you tokens around Peppa. I missed Brad. I was not focused on Wolf, although I bought Wolf and I'm up $60,000 on Wolf at this stage as well. I'm just waiting because Wolf definitely needs AVAX as well. At the same time, it still have a very, very nice chance of surging up just because of the fact that we will have this Peppaverse narrative as well. And Andy that I gave to you at 2 million market cap, that will be doing very, very well moving forward. We still have the airdrop. It's still too early to sell. Everyone understands this. That's why the price action is so nice. You don't see a lot of people selling. The chart is just going up. Up, 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 and up. And I know of larger accounts, larger people liking the thesis very, very much, getting into Andy and wanting to be a part of the whole movement as well. As mentioned in the previous videos, 90% of liquidity in each and every category will go into blue chip tokens, blue chip projects. Peppaverse are blue chip projects. Ethereum Peppaverse, not your crap on Solana, Mumu on Solana and something else. I think it's just a quick pop and dump and it's not going to go anywhere as well. On Ethereum, Peppa on Ethereum, Bobo on Ethereum, Mumu on Ethereum, Sneebo on Ethereum, Dodo on Ethereum. And besides Bobo, I only like Sneebo because Mumu, they are OG guys as well, but through some time I don't think that they were very, very active. And Dodo is just something new and it's being pushed heavily by influencers, so you have to be careful with these things as well. They definitely got the bugs earlier, and Max is also writing about Dodo at the same time. I like Sneebo the most just because of the fact that Sneebo was posting memes in the bear market. No one was doing that. We did not have Dodo. Mumu was not doing that. Sneebo was posting memes on a daily basis through the bear market. Sneebo was there. That's something I appreciate. That's something I like to see. We already saw multiple attempts of Sneebo going up and 80% down and going up and 80% down. The meme lives. That's something I like to see and I like to appreciate. Not this new stuff that is coming on the marketplace, because I don't know what might be happening with this new stuff. I did not see it go down 80%. I still have to see it as well. And essentially your Brad base, which I'm still waiting on, your Wolf on AVAX, right, and your Andy on Blast. Kind of have a feeling that Andy on Blast for some reason has the most blue chipness out of them all. Maybe because I just know more information about Andy. Then I have Peppa, and then I have Bobo, and then probably Sneebo. and then after that everything else, because some interesting things are happening with others, but at the same time it does not mean that you cannot make money on them. Because if someone is pushing the token, that would mean that they would be interested in pushing the token moving forward as well. They would be doing it, they would be exposing other people into the narrative. There are definitely interested parties around other tokens as well. Boba and Andy are two that I am feeling most great on. Obviously Peppa as well, but Peppa you can mostly loan at this stage, or you can just throw $1 million into Peppa. I think it's quite interesting that like right now throwing $1 million into Peppa is definitely something that you can do. It's definitely something that will be making you money, right? But right now no one is going to actually do that, right? Because it's risky, it's a meme coin, and people will be doing it once Peppa will be at 60 billion market cap, 80 billion market cap, 100 billion market cap. At that time, it would be alright. Just throw $1 million into Peppa. But at that time, it would most likely be already too late. And a very, very interesting thing with these meme coins is that if they will prove that they are blue chips, you can very well hold them through the actual cycle. I don't think that we will have huge dump after this cycle because we have ETF in place. I think we will be seeing crazy numbers on Bitcoin due to ETF. We will have a bunch of ETFs, spot ETFs opened this cycle as well. Therefore, volatility will essentially start to go away. That's why I think that a dump might not be so severe from the percentages point of view, right? And seeing some interviews from Shiba holders that were selling their Shiba at the last cycle, right? They're saying that right now their bag would be larger than at the time they actually sold it, which is very, very interesting because if you are really holding blue chip meme coin, if Bobo will be reaching $40 billion market cap this cycle, and Bobo actually have a potential to do that because it's pure market force. It's actually the visualization of the market force, of the bear market, of the corrections. And you might say that we are only facing the bear market. But right now, BTC just entered a correction. Boba is at play. Boba is being used on the Wall Street as well. This thing, and essentially these market forces, they might easily become blue chip meme coins. And very, very interesting thing that I know it sounds crazy and you're actually not going to do that and things like that, but these might be the assets that you actually want to hold through multiple cycles. Exactly the same way how someone maybe is holding their Apple stocks, alright? If they're blue chip assets. Because things like Shiba Inu, like Floki even, I don't think that they would be going down heavily in the next cycles as well. I think it might be just multi-cycle assets. They would probably be underperforming the new things that will be appearing on the market. But just based on the fact that population is always increasing, that we should have more and more people focused on crypto and on BTC as well. These things might actually be becoming a store of value as well. I definitely see this happen moving forward in the next cycles as well. That's something I'm actually thinking about because I'm thinking on taking profits on Boba closer to the end of this cycle, right? And holding chunk of it just through the cycle, just not doing anything with it. Because my Bobo is not going to inflate. My Bobo is not going to be printed as well. The issue is that the team is still there, right? So the team can do anything that they want to do at any point of time. But in general, I think it's a very, very interesting piece of thought. A very, very interesting piece of alpha from one of the largest holders of Shiba in the last cycle, right? Well, let's see what the market brings. We definitely saw a lot of people being overly bullish in the last several days. We have some people saying that we're just going up, surging up. Q2 is going to be very, very nice for Peppa and things like that. I'm always cautious when most of people start to tell that we are going up and things like that. But at the same time, I do understand that there are a bunch of bearish thoughts on the marketplace. Still, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what's actually going to happen. At the same time, it's great to be positioned in the tokens that I'm positioned in at this stage, waiting for the PvE part of market to unleash as well. Let's gamble. It's not Solana live pairs, but it's still honest work, right? 242 members at this stage. Generate 154. Winner, nice. nice. By the way, guys, if you are OG members of the Discord or VIP members of the Discord or in general just members of the Discord, I will have the announcement for you soon. So check out your Discord. Probably by the time this video will be published, you will already have the announcement from me on the Discord. Next thing is 8, 2 in third stage. I don't know how to say stage properly in English, but it's 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, right? I feel a bit of fear myself right now, but we have to zoom out. We have to understand the picture as well. The fact that we will have rate cuts this year, the fact that we will have election, the fact that they pretty much pushed the war at least 2 or 3 years ahead, right? That's how I feel. That's how I feel that this reality is set up at this stage. I don't feel any more potential about the idea of war, but it was definitely there when BTC just reached 70k the first time. I definitely felt like war is going to be happening at the end of summer, but right now I don't feel that anymore, right? They should be pushing it up. And I still see that Ethereum is one of the most mispriced assets on the market, and I see that it's actually been done on purpose, because some people, they're not buying Ethereum in the first place because the market cap is large as well. But all of our memes, Peppaverse, 4chan memes, market cycle apostles, Bobo, Mumu, Snibu, and Dodo, they're all on Ethereum. They are your best Ethereum leverage plays, best ones that you can have on the market currently. And I formed this thesis 2 months ago. I formed it on my channel 2 months ago. Peppa is an ultimate Ethereum beta. Boba is a leverage on Peppa. And right now everyone is talking about the fact that Boba is a leverage on Peppa, right? I was talking about it 2 months ago. Snibu is your leverage on Bobo. Dodo and Mumu, check them out for yourself. They are more degen, I would say. They're more risky. I think that blue chipness is more about Peppa, Bobo, and Snibu, just from the fact that they were active through the bear market. And Snibu was active through the bear market under 100k market cap, which definitely tells me something. But yeah, Andy, I think one of the great blue chips currently as well, from the Peppa verse, from the original artist, a yellow character on the yellow chain, with catalyst, with my thesis. Thesis stays the same. We should have airdrop. We should see things going parabolic. I think we might be seeing Andy at least at $500 million market cap in 2 months, in upcoming 2 months. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.